Oh, I have Donna here.
I'm on the wrong link. I'm sorry, Julia. I will try the other one. Or I will certainly mute myself.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started. We're just letting people join us, so hang tight. We'll get started shortly. Hey, we've got folks joining us. We'll get started in a few minutes. Okay, we'll get started. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. We've got a very informative hour ahead of us. First off, thanks to our sponsor, B4 Networks, our good friend, Brian LaChapelle, who takes care of all of our technology needs. Thank you so much. Couldn't do it without you. We're going to have two presentations today. We're going to go through both the presentations, and then we'll hang on to all of your questions until the very end after both presentations are done. If you do have a question that you'd like to submit, if you go to the bottom of the screen, you'll see the Q&A icon. Just click on that and you can submit your question to us that way. Okay, the first presentation will be made by Jordan Hart. He's the CEO of Mine Technologies. He's developed a really interesting app that I think could be very beneficial to a number of our local businesses. So I think you guys are going to be blown away. The second presentation is going to be done by Julia Zoe. She's the Co-op Education, Associate Director of Co-op Education at Brock University. And she's going to be discussing an interesting partnership that we've developed to get highly skilled students into your workplace to help you with whatever you need. So let's get right to it. Jordan, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to virtually e-meet all of you. As mentioned before from Dolores, my name is Jordan Hart, and my team of people have created a new way for businesses to be able to become sustainable and digitally resilient, considering the news that we are now entering into wave 2, and we saw what happened with businesses in wave 1 be destroyed. So we're hoping that our technology will be able to help all of those small SMEs and medium-sized businesses be able to use our technology to be able to help them survive the new world. So first of all, I would like to share my screen, and I will show you a little product demo of what we have going on here. So please bear with me for a second here. Okay. Okay, Dolores, and if you can see that, just give me a thumbs up. All right. Okay, so we have a mobile app that integrates free e-commerce for merchants and contactless checkout for customers. Okay, so a long time ago, we used to say that there's an app for everything, but right now, e-commerce is the new app because of what's currently happening with businesses. So all merchants are moving online. The most interesting things coming out of what's happening currently with the world, not only in Canada, but across the world, is that people are really concerned about their shopping, and businesses are concerned about getting online to be able to survive and have an online presence. The largest retail stores have adapted by using curbside pickup, advanced ordering. They have the abilities to create their own mobile apps, or already have systems in place to be able to support the new way of buying and shopping and to process orders. They're starting to push out smaller businesses. So we can see that the tier 3 and the tier 4 small businesses are trying to adapt. Even, we're seeing businesses just doing phone ordering, and voice messages, credit cards over the phone, and things like this. And we're finding that in contact with these businesses that they're not very efficient, and they're running into problems and snags all over the place, as I'm sure some of you can attest to during what's been happening in the last 6 months. So paying for things just got a whole lot different because of physical distancing. So we're noticing that the cash economy is dissipating, and the contactless payment through through debit machines and cash systems, Square systems, things like this are on the rise. Okay, but many small businesses won't be able to recover during this wave. They have to pay for employees, they have to pay for cash systems, debit machine systems, monthly subscriptions for fees. Expensive hardware that they have to order, hardware will break down and they have to pay for this, et cetera, et cetera. So this is why we've built Mine Order in particular. Mine Order offers free e-commerce tools for all businesses in Niagara, and it also offers a way for shoppers to stay safe. So customers can shop in your store or online. And I'll show you a little video later about how that is possible. So whenever a customer walks into a store, they can shop for products on their phone, or your products on their phone, or they can access your services by their phone and app. They can check out in the app and they will be able to communicate with the store directly. Also off-site, not in physical location, customers can communicate with you through the technology and be able to order through the technology as well. So the old world POS versus the new world POS with Mine is, in the old way, we're paying for hardware, we're paying for monthly software fees, there's contact payments, we're paying for e-commerce tools. That's the old normal. And the new way with the new technology that we've created is there's no hardware necessary, there's free software, web and mobile. There's contactless checkouts for your customers, there's free e-commerce tools for you. And this is how we are trying to help everyone. So we have a solution for Niagara business and customers that changes the way we shop and sell. Our current highlights right now for businesses is that we have a way for you to be sustainable and digitally resilient. We have a way for you to offer free e-commerce. We through the use of our technology, we can eliminate the bottleneck of standing in line and waiting before coming in store and waiting at cash checkouts. We also offer digital menus. For customers, we're providing safety. They're able to track their own purchases. They will be able to communicate with you directly. We have omni-channel options, so curbside, online or in store, and we have a secure payment processor. We are currently also building with this technology a built-in blockchain for you, more AI and augmented reality features, data analytics provided to all businesses. So just to mention what that might mean a little bit for future is that you will be able to receive data on customer demographic data, shopping habits, things like this. You'll be able to have a higher customer turnover, and we are developing a new fintech for you. So bottom line is, how much is all this going to cost? With this new technology, there is $0 upfront cost. There are $0 monthly fees. We are currently working with the DMC Ryerson University and Spark Niagara, which is the innovation hub in Niagara, and they're projecting a savings of between $18,000 to $25,000 for medium-sized businesses per year. And Mine Order takes a 1% sales on all transactions. Okay, I'm just going to close this off right now and stop the screen share. And then I would like to share another video with you to show you how the product works, okay? Okay, one moment. Dolores, do you have that? If you could unmute yourself, I can't see you, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone, here we are. This is basically how the new technology would work for your business.
It's an app for self-checkout. It communicates with the store that you're in. This app scans items and allows you to be an autonomous shopper and keep a safe distance from others. This app scans items and lets you buy them without the help of customer service associates. This app keeps track of all of your purchases and shows you just how much money you've spent, and allows you to review your orders. This app scans products and sends you notifications, and allows you to delete items and search for products within the store, and add different methods of payment, and gives you digital receipts. So in conclusion, just to reiterate, this app allows you to have a contactless checkout experience away from lineups and bottlenecks. Welcome to Mine Order, a new way to shop and do business.
To begin self-checkout, the customer will click on self-checkout and scan the store's QR code. Then they will add products by scanning barcodes or choosing a menu option. In this, you can see that the customer is scanning a barcode of some items that they would like to purchase, and they're adding it to their cart. They have a choice to review the cart as well, see what their orders are, and place their orders. If the product does not have a barcode, the customer can hit on the menu and it'll bring you to an online shop where the customer can check out and see the product details as well. So as you can see here, all stores' products are there, the product details are there, and they can add that to their cart, and they can review their purchase and pay. They can also communicate to the merchant on how they will be picking this order up, whether it is curbside pickup, delivery, or in-store pickup. The merchant will receive a notification on the other end and will be able to re-communicate back with them, accept the order, and see that they made a purchase. The merchant app will look a little bit different. This allows them to process the order that was just made previously. They will be able to enter into the order and see what the customer has purchased, and also see that the transaction has been processed and paid for.
There is no need for a POS system at all on the merchant side. They will be able to see the order and re-communicate with the customer that the order has been purchased and ready. They can send them a message saying that the order is ready for pickup and they can come get it. We can see that this is simple for both customer and merchant.
Okay, and the last thing I would like to share with you all today is what would it look like on your end? So, for example, if we are a business and we want to use the mine order technology, we would go to mineorder.com, okay, and we would set up a free account. And we could go in, once we set up our free account, we go in and we put in all of our business details inside the web version, not the app. And in the web version, you'll see we'll access the, okay, so you'll have, this is your dashboard, we call it. Okay, and inside the dashboard, you can create your business profile. This is where your retail management section is. So you can see all of your sales. This is where you can upload products. This is where you build your online store. This is where you would generate a QR code. The QR code would look something like this. I'll show you an example. Okay, so I've generated this QR code on this store, and what your customers would see, oh, sorry, let's go back here. What your customers would see is this type of thing up in your store. Now you can put these up in a window. You can put these at the cash system. You can put this on your social media for customers to scan on their own. There's so many different options on how for them to access it. So when the customer originally scans your store QR code, if they don't have the app, it will prompt them to, it will direct them right to the Google Play Store or the Apple iStore, and they'll download the app at that point. And then they just follow these instructions on how to use it. So this is where you would generate your codes. Also in your dashboard, you can see all of your sales reports here, see what your sales reports are. You can create different categories of things that you are selling. So in the discount management section, you can create a reward system, a point reward system. So you could curate your own point reward system. So for example, a coffee shop, buy 6 coffees, get the 7th one free. You can create that inside here based on a dollar amount or a point amount. You can also create coupons for individual products as well. And in the business profile, you would just set up all of your business information. You upload your logo. You just put in how much tax you're using, and you would set up your payment account. So we would use Stripe as a third-party payment processor. So we have simple instructions in there on how to set up a Stripe account. And if you already have pre-existing software that you would like to use that coincides with the mine order technology, we have built some APIs that will be able to talk to your current software and integrate with you very simply, and we would be able to facilitate that for you. So I'll just show you a little bit about what it would look like in the product section. You can do all of this from your phone. You can run your whole business from your phone. You don't even need a laptop basically with this. So here I've just uploaded, an Americano. So because I've uploaded Americano, it didn't have a barcode. So what this means is whenever the shopper comes into your store or is off-site and they want to access your store, this would show up in the menu list. If the customer is in store and there is a barcode, you would just simply, or we would just simply enter this barcode under this product. And then whenever the customer opens the app, they would just scan the barcode and it would recognize that you're buying some muffins. Okay, so here we just have a whole bunch of products. And when you enter into this product detail, I'll show you the product details. Okay, you can put all of the details here of what it is. It's very simple to change in and out. So you can put, it's nice to know that even if people are buying local, you could put, you know, this is a local, these are locally curated muffins from Niagara on the Lake, et cetera, okay? And then you just upload your images of your product, and then away you go. It's really very quite simple. So that is the technology, and we're very excited to be able to offer it in Niagara. We have been working very closely since March to develop this product with in unison with Spark Niagara and also with the University of Ryerson University to get this ready to go. We are currently have the product in a winery and in a golf course in Niagara, and 2 local shops downtown Niagara Falls. And we are also working closely with some countries in the Caribbean right now to implement the product down there for tourism. So I think that this is the new way to be able to buy and shop and do business. And we're hoping that you will adopt our technology and be one of the first people to be able to say, hey, look what we were on board first with this. Anyway, that's our hope. And you know, we have a team, and we're like you, we have families, and we are all going through this together. So we decided to create this to try to help businesses and keep shoppers safe.
All right, well, thank you. That was a great presentation. I know that we got lots of good questions, but we're gonna hang tight on those. We're gonna go straight to Julia for the second half of our presentation. So Julia, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And Jordan, that was a fascinating idea. It's very, very interesting. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me share my screen. I hope everyone's not, nowadays when we're all on this online world, not too tired of seeing all these shared screens and PowerPoints. So as Doris mentioned, that my name is Julia Zhu. I am the Associate Director for Co-op Education at Brock University under Co-op Career and Experiential Education. So what we do in co-op is we help students secure co-op work-term experience and train them really be ready for the future of workplace. So when pandemic hits, that was where the job market is a lot of uncertainty. We hear from our employers, our conversation with our chambers, and all different areas is like what is going to happen. So and at that time is more so where are the employment opportunities are for our students. So the conversation kind of changed, as I think the partnership that we're talking about today is really demonstrates how we really pivot our approach to hopefully create a win-win situation for our local businesses, for Brock, and also for our students. So what I'm going to go through today is a quick overview of our partnership. And from there is I'm going to introduce our team, what this is all about, and then how to work together to really help our business owners with their business move forward. And I do think Jordan may have some opportunities to collaborate on this initiative too. I think Dolores was very strategic to put the 2 of us together for today's session. So from here, I'm sure that Dolores probably already talked about to the member just in terms of the partnership. That between Brock, our Niagara's chambers, as well as our local MPs, is we came together to think about is how we can support the business. And then also how can we still be able to provide our students with a learning experience and hands-on experience as well. So with that is just give you a little bit of background in terms of what co-op works. So in year 2019, about 1,400 Brock co-op students went out on a co-op work term. A typical co-op work term is 12 to 16 weeks of full-time employment. The students are expected to produce tangible results to help employers move forward with their business, and the employers are expected to provide enriching learning experience and coaching to help students meet their skill development goals. So when pandemic hits is through our conversation with employers and also many of our local employers, keep in mind, in 2019, over 30% of those 1,400 students worked in Niagara for their co-op work term. So our employers say, I do have work, but I can't afford a 12 to 16 weeks of work, or I need someone to really help me with some small projects. So what do we go about doing this? I think the idea came up is what if our students take on these repository projects instead of one co-op student work for that particular employer to work for 4 months on multiple projects. We have a group of students together to work on one particular project, and each student will have bring different strengths to that project. So that's kind of how it came about. And the conversation through our government relations and talking to local MPs, because the position is funded through Canada Summer Jobs from federal government. And that also explained, I think the conversation started back in May, by the time when everything was all approved and we're able to go to recruit, here we are about 4 months later. So I just want to kind of read quickly about the quotes from our Dolores and also Lynn Wells from Brock in terms of what do we see this partnership. I think Lynn Wells is our new vice president here, academic at Brock. So I think for her and for Brock University is we hope these type of partnership provides our students with an unparalleled on-the-job learning experience while at the same time allowing us to help our Niagara community, to really help utilize our students' talent to help the business here. And Dolores also have a quote for us. We're excited about this particular partnership with Brock because it's putting actual resources into those businesses that most needed. We need to do everything we can right now to ensure the longevity of some of our most loved local businesses, access to students who have knowledge and certain skill sets will go a long way in achieving this goal. So again, thank you everyone involved in this partnership to make it happen. Now is that how we're gonna go about make it happen, to execute the plan. So get to know Brock co-op students. So the student, we have now 16 co-op students hired as we call a junior consultant. So these are students when they're academically prepared. All of them have completed at least 50% of their undergraduate training. So they understand the business acumen. They have a certain foundational knowledge of what it takes to actually complete a business, to solve a business problem. They're workplace ready. So they're all trained in terms of expectation, workplace. And then in this, right now in this current model is that our co-op office actually will serve as the employer, or Brock is the employer to supervise and monitor our students' performance. They can bring fresh perspectives. They're the ones learning these up-to-date knowledges and technologies. So we're hoping really to tap into those talent to help our business. They're eager to add value to your business. And then they're also committed. I think this is also a unique opportunity for our students to really present to our local businesses is what they're capable of doing. And with that is meet our project leads. So we do have 2 senior co-ops in their final year of studying their undergraduate program are our project leads. So Anthony Korstange, he is a 4th year economics co-op student. He has done co-op work terms in economic research, analytics, and also has done a lot of work in the community. He is native to Niagara. He understands some particular challenges that Niagara region faces. We also have Cody. Cody is a 4th year political science student. He has a lot of background in terms of new business strategy and business development. We think that his experience will provide that unique lens when we're looking at the projects coming into our way. So with that, here is a screenshot of our 16 lovely co-op student consulting team. And on the bottom of the left corner, Donna Tonis. Donna is actually one of our managers. She is our manager for external relations and employer relations and special initiatives. So Donna helps me to lead this project through the co-op office. So they're all eager to contribute their skills and knowledge to any of the short-term projects that you may have in mind. And here's a list of what we know that our students are capable of doing because it's from what they've done in the past for the Niagara region employers here, and also based on the academic training that they've had, we thought that we can give you some examples from social media to web-based marketing initiatives to e-commerce solutions, develop training manuals for new systems, procedures, and policies. You know, when the pandemic hits, a lot of things, even the workplace health and safety, it gives a very new, different way to look at what that means to our business. And knowing many of our small, medium-sized business, you may not have an HR department to help you do all of those policy type of work to put everything in place. We have co-ops that are available and be able to provide some of those work to you. Process mapping, report standardization and the generation to really make sure that's to improve the efficiency of your operation. Market research, doing SWOT analysis, cost benefit analysis, supply chain options. So here too, just so you know in terms of timeline, the short term, what we need, it could be a few hours. You might just need 10 hours work of our student team to complete certain projects for you or tasks for you, or it could go up to 12 weeks. So our students right now, the funding goes, or we're able to have these students till December, right before the holidays. So just keep that in mind. And how to work together in terms of projects, how we can work together from the point of view of between Brock, our office, our students, and you. So what we will ask of you is, when articulate your needs. What is your current challenge and why? What do you want to achieve? And from there is we will work with you to define the project scope, knowing that these are students. If the project is out of the scope that we can deliver, we may have to seek other venues, whether it's within Brock community, to see where we can bring those expertise come in, or reach out to our community to see what we can do. But think about what the deliverables that you would like to see, timeline, milestones, requirements, and the limitations. We want to make sure it is a satisfying experience for you when you come to us to look for help. And also from a workflow perspective is we ask for a point of contact for follow-up with questions. We'll update you on progress. We seek your feedback on your experience with us, and we'll review the final results and evaluate that moving forward. So our support will be offered on a first come, first served basis to help balance and meet our members' inquiries. So if you know you have an idea, but you're not sure how, if that is in scope or not, start a conversation today, this week or next Monday. Our students are eager to start with you. Then in terms just to clarifying the roles and responsibilities of each party involved in to execute this plan, is that for our chamber members, we want you to be available for questions. I don't think it's going to take up too much of your time, but it's going to, your question, the guidance will help us to make sure we stay on track and stay to be able to meet your expectations. So the easiest ways to let us know who is the point of contact, we can reach out on your team to answer those questions. Our office is, and our project leads, we're the liaison here to between our student consulting team and also with our members, and also within the broad community with our faculties to reach out to the experts to ensure that the quality of the product that we're providing or the solutions we're providing. We coordinate and manage all the projects. We monitor the quality of the experience for both our students and also our chamber members. Then our student consulting team, they're the one just going to execute the project. So it is, I think from Brock point of view, is that we want to utilize the talent our students provide and also tap into expertise that our faculty be able to provide. And at the same time, to help our members really to pivot their business and make a transition to meet the changes that comes under this pandemic. And then in return, we're hoping that our students will still be able to gain valuable experience to help with their own skill development and career advancement. So I'm going to put our General Brock here because, as you all know, his tagline is Surrogate. I would say we're all in a shared reality together. This is exciting initiative that we're all wanted to show to you what our co-op students are made of and what are capable of doing. But knowing this is something also new, it's non-conventional for us. We fully expect there's going to be hiccups along the way, but just so you know that we're so committed and we'll keep pushing on to really help our business and to making sure this is a satisfying experience for all of the parties involved. So with that is I want to thank you for listening through my talk here, and here is both myself and Donna's email address. If you wanted to start the conversation, we're happy to get this started in no time. Passing it back to you, Dolores.
Okay, well, thank you, Julia. Another excellent presentation. So for our members, we wanted to present both of these at the same time because we wanted to connect the dots. Quite often we'll unveil some resources that are available to you as a chamber member, and we don't get many bites because you're busy doing your thing. But in this case, we really wanted to show you, here's something that you could be using in your business, and here are some resources to get it up and running. So Jordan talked about setting up the dashboard. Well, that's going to take some time, but we've got some students who maybe could be the right fit to build that dashboard for you. So we just really wanted to make it clear, have a clear path for you. Lots of other examples, but we thought this was a good fit. So I know we've got some questions, and so we'll get to those right now. First question. Okay, so I think, Jordan, this is for you. You take 1%. What about the Visa, MasterCard fees? Also, which networks do you use? Visa, MasterCard, Interact, Discovery, Union Pay, and JCB.
Okay, Rick, thank you for your question. Those are valid questions, obviously. So currently, we are using a third-party payment processor known as Stripe. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. If you're not, it's one of the largest, most trusted payment processor on the planet currently, and they are facilitating the transactions right now. We are building our own payment processor as we speak, but as we start up with your small businesses, we wanted to offer the best security imaginable. So it is very, very safe and secure. You can go to stripe.com and look at what they're doing for security. You can pay with any method. All of those methods that you mentioned in your question, Rick, are payment methods that you can put into our app and pay with. So Stripe currently charges 2.9% on all transactions. So Stripe currently charges 2.9% on all transactions. Mine Order would charge 1% on your transactions. So that would be a total of 3.9% on all transactions. So whenever we did the math, well, I didn't do the math because I don't know if I'm smart enough for that, but whenever the Ryerson University did the math, they looked at smaller SMEs to mid-sized SMEs. That's how they came up with the number from 18 to 25,000. And they factored in employees and hardware and software and everything, and that's how they came up with their number, as opposed to what we're offering.
Okay.
I hope that answered your question, Rick.
Okay. Okay, another one from Rick. Are all credit card transactions considered card not present?
All credit card transactions considered card not present? Not quite sure what that one means. All credit card transactions considered card not present. I'm not sure what it is, but I can just talk about that a little bit. Yes, all credit card transactions can be present. Customer credit card information is not stored anywhere on our software. It would be stored on the Stripe payment processor. Okay. I'm seeing some more questions here from Rick. So yeah. Customer credit card info can be, okay. Recurring payments, no, there are not recurring payments. That is up to the individual end user on how to do that. I'm seeing SEO, how will drive awareness. Okay, so we will promote your business if you are using our product through our social channels and through our marketing team as well. We will make sure that you are present in that capacity. Like I said before, we're working with Spark Niagara, who is very involved with many businesses in the Niagara area. So your SEO will be optimized in that respect. Also with the DMZ Ryerson University, they're working with us. So we will be able to help your business get online and present in that space as well. We see Stripe is very expensive. Are there any current alternatives? How do you accept Interact if the cards are not present? So Rick, whenever like if you were to go into a store and start using the app, the first thing it would ask for is to enter your debit card or your credit card. And so you would just put in the number and the expiry date, et cetera, and then that would link up to the Stripe account. So you don't have to input it every single time. The card it can save the card. You can also put the user can put multiple payment methods. So if they have a Visa or a MasterCard or a debit Visa or a JBC or an Apple Pay or whatever, they can go list as many as they want, and they can choose how they would like to pay for it during that time. So if you're like me, and you don't know how much is in your one bank account, but you know how much is in another bank account, then that user would just be able to switch between accounts and be able to pay that way.
Okay, I have one here for you, Julia. It came in earlier, and they're just wondering, what is the application process? Will there be an actual application? And if so, what's the criteria?
So right now is that we will have a page on your chamber's website to just collect your interest. The question we ask, very simple. One is, what is your project? Like, just give us a basic idea. And then what is the timeline you're looking at in terms of turnaround? So from there, we're gonna set up a meeting with you just to talk through the details in terms of understanding the scope and define that. So we wanna make sure that all of us are on the same page, and then we can start the project.
Okay. So I have another one that's a little more specific. They're saying they need to develop, update their work and safety protocols particular to COVID-19. Is this something that could fit in the project?
Yeah, that's something we can definitely look at in terms of, because I'm thinking Brock has to update that. We did that for our co-op students. Well, back in March when we had like over 500 co-ops non-work term, everything was shut down. We have to check every single employer's what is their workplace safety protocol. So we do have a lot of examples, I would say, and experiences. So that's something that I would say right now, just by listening to the topic itself, I think that's something we're able to do. But again, I think having that more in-depth conversation in terms of what exactly you're looking for will be very helpful.
Okay. Not getting any other questions. Your presentations were so good. So I'm just curious, Jordan, with your app, do you see any opportunities? So if a business wanted to look at that, what might be some other opportunities where they could make use of some of the Brock students besides, building the dashboard?
So I think that right now what we're all after is some online presence. So I think that would be something the dashboard would be, or uploading product inventory to help out with that is first and foremost. But I also think Brock students could potentially be used for maybe some social media presence as well with the local businesses. Julia's nodding her head. Yeah, she already has thought of that. I think that might be a good idea to help all of us as well. And then the social media presence could also be partnered with Mine Order to, we could work closely with the Brock students so that we could have it on all of our platforms. And then the Brock students could work with setting up social accounts for businesses that are interested. And we could partner up and work on that together so that we can get the word out on their business and to a larger scope as well.
Okay. Do get another question directly. They're asking, what's the timeline for the Brock project? What's the cutoff for applications? When does the pilot project end?
So because we just started, we're thinking if you have something in mind for next week, if we can start the conversation, and also depending on the number of projects and the depth of the projects we will receive. So the students, their contract right now with Brock is toward right before Christmas holidays. So that's why I said that the project can, if the project requires extensive time to complete, we're looking at about 12 weeks span from now till December, or if the project only requires 10 hours, right? So that really depends, because right now we have students through the South Here Chambers of Commerce. So there are about 15 total students are able to support the work. And then we also have the GNCC that we're supporting too. It's a number of students, but you do have a full suite of student army that available at your disposal. But I think our students are eager to get started. So if have an idea, let's start the conversation.
Yeah, I like that, a student army. So I haven't received any other questions. There's none other that have been submitted. So I want to thank you both. You guys have done a great job. I'm really happy to be working with both of you, because I think these projects are going to be really important to a number of our members. So thanks again. We will be posting this session. We will be posting it to our website. We've recorded it. I know that there were a number of folks who wanted to join us and weren't able to, so we'll make sure that they get the information. Thanks again, Julia and Jordan, and thanks to everybody else for joining us and tapping into this information. Hope you all have a great day.
Thank you, Dolores, and thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you.